बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। मेरी उन तमाम दोस्तों से गुजारिश है कि जिन्होंने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है वो चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आने वाली तमाम वीडियोस आप तक पहुंच सके। थैंक यू।
Nearly a quarter century ago, Pakistan stood at a juncture from which, it seems, the country has not emerged full stop. The years in between now seem, in hindsight, little more than a brief detour that has brought us back to the same place, full stop. In the year 2000, when the regime of General Musharraf began its term, Pakistan's relationship with its creditors was in tatters, full stop. The economy was on its knees, foreign exchange reserves depleted to the point where foreign currency accounts were frozen and import restrictions tightened to levels not seen since the 1960s, strong fears of default plagued the economy and multiple exchange rates were in effect, full stop. New para, all creditors at the time, multilateral as well as private, had been severely alienated, full stop. An IMF program signed in 1997 had hit the rocks following the nuclear detonations and the imposition of sanctions, full stop. Review after review failed from May 1998 onwards, until a year later the program was declared off track and terminated, full stop. The price of Pakistani bonds crashed to near default levels, its credit rating downgraded to keep deep junk territory, full stop. Foreign investors were spooked after the Nawaz Sharif government attacked Habco, the single largest private foreign investor, to acquire stakes in the country until that point in time and seized their headquarters and froze their accounts, alleging corruption in the grant of tariff, full stop. New para. When General Musharraf seized power in late 1999, this mess became his to manage, full stop. His regime slowly rebuilt the relationship with private creditors and investors by negotiating multiple rounds of debt restructuring with private bond holders, negotiating a settlement with Habco, and getting the country back on to a short-term 9-month standby arrangement with the IMF that involved fulfilling some of the most difficult policy conditions any fund program had asked the country to meet until that point, full stop. The whole process took 2 years to complete, full stop. New para, the first debt restructuring happened early in 2000, full stop. The IMF program began in November 2000 and ran till September 2001, full stop. A settlement with Habco was reached in December 2000, full stop. By the summer of 2001, as the SBA approached completion, having minimally stabilized the country's fiscal equation and external sector, talks were opened for a 3-year successor program on the back of a successful track record established by the SBA. That successor program came in December 2001, but something else happened along the way, New para, the Musharraf regime was busy not only stabilizing the economy, and continuously delaying the elections that he had promised to hold upon his seizure of power, He was also busy building an alternative political party, which he came to call the PMLQ, and it was built with the help of those politicians who were willing to play ball with his ambitions in return for a seat at the table of power after the elections, Those elections were only called once both these efforts were successfully completed, the economy stabilized, and the King's Party ready with the right number of candidates to have a credible shot at winning a majority, New para, Pakistan had reached a cul-de-sac in those years, There was a reform or parish movement, with goodwill in the international community, depleted, forex reserves at bare minimum levels sufficient for just over 1 month's import cover, and growth having hit below 2%, There was going to the little choice but to continue down a hard road even after the elections, What changed everything was 9/11, and the sudden reversal of the country's fortunes from being a near pariah state, to becoming a major non-NATO ally of the US, The resultant inflows of concessional resources, and the generous debt rescheduling by the Paris Club in 2001, suddenly gave the regime a boost it could not have dreamed of otherwise, As a result, the Musharraf regime ended up remaining in power till 2008, where he had earlier promised to step down from the position of army chief in 2004, barely a couple of years after the elections, So long as American troops remained in Afghanistan after 9/11, Pakistan had some sort of standing in the international community, New para, no matter how fraught things became between Pakistan and the US, such as in the years when the Salala and Abbottabad raids happened, they would always return to working together, It is worth recalling this history today because we have come full circle, and much of what the country is facing today bears striking resemblance to those days, full stop. Since August 2021, with the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan, that critical relationship which began after 9/11 has gone full stop. Once again, the country's relationship with its creditors is in tatters, full stop. Once again, an IMF program has failed review. After a review, it is worth recalling that the program in 1999 also fell apart under the stewardship of Isaac Dar, full stop. Once again, a tough short-term SBA has been agreed to in an effort to rebuild the relationship with the fund, full stop. And until this arrangement was signed, once again, the country saw a frenzied conversation around the prospects of default, full stop. New para, once again, a successor program will need to be signed as soon as the SBA ends, and if it does not end well, once again the country will have to undertake multiple rounds of debt restructuring in order to stabilize its external sector, full stop. Once again, the economy is moribund, and the country faces a reform or perish moment, full stop. New para, what is critically important at this juncture is that the other side of what was done under General Musharraf not be repeated, full stop. If we are back to the year 2000, then stabilizing the economy is only one of the priorities, full stop. Building a king's party before calling elections will be the other, full stop. If such an effort is also launched, elections could potentially be postponed for another 2 years, full stop. And then we will truly, in earnest, be back to where it all began, full stop. Minus, of course, the 9/11 bonanza, full stop.